All right, we got to make some stretchers, and I have two of each, and they're four different lengths. They're at different heights on the stool, so I'm just making a cut list up there. We're going to add up the lengths of the longest and the shortest to figure out the overall length that we need to cut a 2x4, right? So do some math, figure it out. Next up, we're going to grab a 2x4. I just double checked it was the right length. I had already determined what I was going to do lengthwise, so I'm going to chop that board, and then we're headed to the planer. I'm going to turn on that dust collector first, though. On that, we don't need to cut it to a certain thickness right now. It'll just be too much sawdust. So all I'm trying to do is look at both sides and clean it up. Then we can put one of those clean sides against the fence on the joiner. And I'm using my push stick, keeping my fingers away from that blade. And it was happy with that cut. So now I'm adjusting the height of our table saw. Make sure we cut all the way through the material. Adjust my fence for my width. I'm going to use my hedgehog and blade guard in place. We're ripping. Good edge against the fence. Push stick all the way through. Not reaching in. Remove material. Reset my hedgehog. And then rip again. Okay, and then we've got enough for another one. I don't need it, but I'm going to go ahead and make it in case something goes wrong. So just rip it again. Now those are all the correct width, but it's got to be correct in both dimensions. So I got to roll it a little bit. We're setting our hedgehog again, and then I'm going to do the same rip 3 more times. So 1, 2, and 3. Now that I got my sticks, I'm going to head over to my chop saw. Take a look. Oh yeah, I needed a stick to be my stop. Oh, I threw that other piece away. And I'm double checking my angle. So I circled it, what I had calculated. I set my angle for the stretchers. And then we're going to just chop one end of them, right? Just to get that going. So I'm going to get one set up first. I'm going to check the length of how long it needs to be. So when I lay this out though, you'll notice that I got to hook my tape measure on the corner, and then I'm just marking a little spot. And when I set this up, I had to double check it because I think I marked the wrong side. And then when I set this up, you want to make sure that the angles are coming together, right? So there's one already there, and the other one needs to come together because they got to come to the inside. Now I got my stop set up so that I can cut a couple of them to the same length. Chop that first one. And there's a bunch of different ones we're going to make, so I would label these as we go. That was my E. And then I need another one, same length. That's why I got the stop in there. And again, label. Get those labels on there. So I'm going to double check my next part, length, mark it. I'm going to have to adjust my stop. Slide that over. And I need to cut 2 of these, and I need to put labels on them. Right? Chop and label, chop and label. So we got to repeat that process because I got 4 more boards I need. So I have 2 different lengths. I'll have to adjust my stop as I go on those. And getting there close. So those are our stretchers. You end up with 8 of them when you're all done. What else can I say about this? They'll fill the space of me working super fast. Actually, I was working safely, diligently, taking my time. Look, all 8, they're all the same lengths, the ones that need to match, and we're good to go. Hey yo!